Farming Simulator 22 and the Survival Challenge, and we are in February now. Obviously, in the last episode, we made a whole ton of money, so we're sitting at 330,000 euros almost, which is pretty insane. Today, we're going to buy some new fields, probably a new tractor, and work on getting our fields ploughed in, ready for crops in the next month or so. So we will be looking at, in March, planting some oats and some sugarcane. I know. I'm going to try doing sugarcane if we see if we can do it on a budget. So, thinking towards that end. We do have this guy on sale, but we're not going to look at him. We could afford it, but that's just silly. What I'm thinking is we are going to buy the sugarcane planter. And then sell it when we're finished with it. And later on, we're going to buy the pull behind harvester, which is only 45,000, and a trailer. And that's how we're going to work. We'll probably need 2 trailers, but we might not buy these trailers. We might just buy some normal trailers to dump into. So that's my maybe slightly insane plan for here. So let's spend some money, shall we? So we're going to buy field 39 for 112,000 euros. That has got in it a crop of wheat, and we're going to buy field 42, which is currently empty and doesn't need anything doing to it. So that leaves us with 70,000 euros. So what I want to do today is let's first just have a look at the state of our fields. So field 42 is ploughed, which is good because we shouldn't get weeds. They are both fully fertilised. They don't have weeds growing. They don't need ploughing or liming or rolling. So they are all good. We need to put a crop in 42. 39 we should just be able to leave through to harvest. On our own land, we need to plough in the grass field just up here, and we're going to extend that down to near the road. And we're going to make a field over there. So the plan is to get ourselves on the plough. I am still planning. Desktop audio is so loud. I'm still planning to buy another tractor. It's very definitely on the cards, but I'm getting a bit of lag as well. So I've just installed the 1.3 update, and my frame rate is not so good now. It is very stuttery. I'm not sure how badly that's going to come across on the video. But we don't need the pallet forks. I won't be using the disc because that gives us a lot of stones, and we need to be able to create fields anyway. All the animals are okay. I have done a quick check. I am not going to start each video with me riding all 8 horses, as much as you would all love that, I'm sure. So I think we'll save you the joy of watching me spend 40 minutes riding horses, or however long it would take. I'm not actually planning to ride them all just yet while they're so young. I think we probably need to let them mature a little before they're ridden too hard, and it doesn't really buy us much at the moment. Just lag spikes are quite annoying. So this is going to be our last year on this map, and I think it's... So I've mentioned it in the Ravenwood video, which would come out before this. There was a map that appeared on ModHub that has since disappeared. I think it was Auvergne Countryside, or it was certainly based on, I think, that map in FS19. And that was a really nice map in 19. I never played it, but it looked really nice. But we have create fields on, don't we? Yeah, we do. We want to limit fields. That was a really nice looking map in FS19. I did do a map tour of it even, I think. So I am thinking that we will probably move to there at the end of this year. we will take the horses with us because they are a long-term commitment. The chickens probably not. The sheep probably is my intent at the moment. We are going to need to do some... No. Yes, I'm going to use GPS in my old tractor. You should be used to that by now. Because I want to try and get a nice straight line down the field once we kick into create fields. Because it looks like I did a really random job of doing it before. So yeah, we're going to take the horses and probably the sheep. We are definitely not going... That's going to be a pain, isn't it, if I have a field going right across there. Although, we don't really need to take stuff in through that entrance, do we? No, we're going to crack on. By the time we need to get into that field, we will be, with the trailer, we'll probably be moving off of the farm. So, it should be okay. I think down to there will do us just fine. And we'll square this off. Perfect. And run across here, and then we're just going to work on ploughing this in and then ploughing the other ones in. So it's going to be lots of ploughing today. I hope you like your ploughing. Yeah, so the 1.3 update has just dropped. I got to admit, I've not been through the changelog in massive amounts of detail. It looked like they'd fixed a bunch of stuff. They fixed the bales appearing in the shop issue, which is kind of cool, I guess. That looks like it's going to line up reasonably well. And they fixed a bunch of other stuff, and there's some free content. I haven't looked yet actually to see whether that has automatically come into the game. A quick look at harvesters, because there was a new harvester, I believe. That guy? No, I'm not sure. Oh well, I know I've applied the update, so I'll have a look at that at some point when I'm not trying to get a video recorded in my lunch break again. So it looks like we've got a bit of field down here that we haven't picked up in the ploughing, but it's not a problem again either. I'm not too worried about that. This is going to be our oat field for the horses. I've probably said that as well. And then the big field that we're going to make around the horse pen and across to the forest is going to be sugarcane, because apart from the crossplay video I did on sugarcane, I have never really played with sugarcane, and it should be a really good cash crop. We can turn off create fields for now, just to stick to the bit of field that we have created already, although that's instantly going to have to be switched off when we get on the down rows. Yeah, so we are just going to get these two fields ploughed in, and then probably progress to March when we can actually get into some planting, so we'll have to feed the animals. The sheep are going to need some feed soon. I think I still have stones turned off, but I'm kind of not going to bother switching them back on, because I hate stones in FS. Come on. Oh, I think my KVM switch just crashed then, which is always brilliant. Change the GPS settings so that the snap angle is finer. We can hopefully roughly line that up, and we can leave that now once we've done the headlands at the other end. So yeah, I am starting to look for maps to move this series to, and the Ravenwood series to get off of the base game maps. Ravenwood, I'm thinking, is going to go to Greenlands, probably going to keep going with 3 Let's Plays, although I may drop it to 2 for a bit. Oh, need create fields on. So Ravenwood's got a couple of episodes left, and then what we may do is do a few more episodes on Calmston, because I'm loving playing that map, and only playing it for 1 episode a week is kind of sucking. still, I know I keep talking about it in every video, I'm still talking and thinking about merch. I probably just need to bite the bullet and try and set up one of the sites and just see how it does. Which was what I might do when I get time to sit and do that. I've got some other things to do outside of all of this. Again, this is a recent video since this happened, so I'm Giant's partner now, and if you want to buy anything from Giants, the links are below. I'm going to talk about the DLC again, I guess. Do we really need a whole fleet of small tractors for doing vineyard work? Personally, I don't think we do. I guess they are trying to push those new crops, and they've obviously partnered with another brand, and they need to find a way of releasing it into the game. And I suppose the DLC is a good way of doing that. It has... So one of my fears with buying the season pass was that I would be disappointed with the DLCs released, and it would be another Rotney or Grimmy pack, and it feels like it is to me. This is very definitely not something I would have bought standalone. I would have happily skipped over it and not really worried. Okay, we seem to have our working width wrong. We do. The only saving grace that I could see for those tractors is if they came, and I've said it so many places, I've probably said it in a Ravenwood video, I've said it on Discord lots, they need to have front loaders so we can use them as yard tractors. If they have front loaders, I can see loads of uses for them. Small four-wheel steer tractors, or that mini quad track with the front loader on it, so that we can use it as a yard tractor, would be awesome. So if anyone from Giants ever actually bothers watching my videos, which I seriously doubt, apart from when they maybe reviewed my account for Giants Partnership, give them front loaders. I would love to use, in the same vein, I would love to use the little electric riggy track, but it doesn't have a front loader, so it doesn't fit with how I play. I have tried in Giants Editor to do my own edit to add in a front loader console, and they're all too big, and the front loaders don't really fit over it. So please, Giants, make them with a front loader, please. Moving on to hopefully good news, the 1.3 update has dropped. A whole load of mods have been blocked because of that. So all of, or most of, 82 Square Studios mods on console have been blocked, waiting for that update, because it should fix an issue with the game crashing with mods which have lots of options. So you guys on console should see those really soon. Maze Plus. Are you watching, Paul? You said we had to wait for the version 1.3 update. It's out. I am now watching my clock, waiting for Maze Plus to drop. More seriously, I really hope that whatever they've done in the 1.3 update has not made massive problems for the farming agency guys and the Maze Plus mod, and that we will get it fairly soon. I know, I know those guys will be working as hard as they can within stuff that they have going on outside of Farm Sim. If you look at the channel, you might see we've got a new graphic as well, because I finally got around to doing it and acknowledging that I am a Giant and Maze Plus partner. I was never really sure whether I counted as a Maze Plus partner. I got the role on their Discord and obviously did the streams with Paul, but was never really sure. So I'm assuming now I am, because I have the little logo. So that's really cool as well. And given that Maze Plus has been a massive part of my channel for pretty much ever, it's really nice, and I can't wait for FS22 Maze Plus to get stuck into that. When this save moves on to a new map, we will be Maze Plusing this up as well. because why wouldn't you play with Maize Plus? I won't do it until we move off of here because reasons. I'm thinking about tractors for here. We've still got 70,000 left. We obviously have the carpentry, which is still generating stuff as an income. We've got silage, which is an income. Although we now won't have as much grassland, we have a massive headland on both of the other fields that we've just brought, which is probably ready to cut. So maybe that's what we'll do next episode. Maybe we'll do another silage video and get some more silage bales made. Silage is going to be a source of income for us on here. We're going to need to raise some more cash for the tractor and the implements that we need. Pretty sure this the old 5020 could run the planter if we were really pushed. But when we get into harvesting, I do want to have 2 tractors because the pull behind harvester, we will want something to cart with that. We could still stick with the Unimog. We could finish the series out with just the old 5020 and the Unimog. What do you think? Do we stick with just this old girl and the Unimog and see how many hours we end up with on this by the time we're finished with just clocking 30 hours up? Which for a farm sim tractor is pretty damn good, I think. In the Calmsden video, which is dropping soon, I mentioned the multiplayer, and a couple of the tractors on there are getting up there in hours. I think one of them now must be over 30 as well, and we've not even got through a year yet. So we're just coming up to a year on here. I believe I started in March. I'll have to go back and check that actually. I believe we started in March on here, so we are coming up to our first year. In fact, the next game day should be the end of our first year on here. And we've come quite a long way. This was all just woodland with that little shed over by the house, and we've got a big farm shed and animals and fields and things. I think now we will get into the time-lapse bit, so future me will be with you in a bit. And here I am. So yeah, I've been dithering about with the whole merchandise thing, and I pulled the trigger after recording this video but before recording the commentary. So link below for, at the moment, just a mug on spring. I'll add stuff as I get time to sit and put it together. So yeah, if you want to buy a disturbed mug or a disturbed excuse me, mug, link is below. And we'll see how we go. There's a bit of a pause here because I might have been scrolling through looking for a YouTube video to look at as I ploughed. On to the second field now. I'm just going to get rid of some of the scrubby bushes that are outside of where we're going to plough, because they look kind of messy once you've cleared all the woodland and stuff away. It'd be nice to get all this ploughed in and replaced with a big field of sugarcane in a little while. I have a feeling I might be slightly crazy doing that, and actually, well, I don't know if I said actually, the plan was for this to be a normal time-lapse video. Actually, past me comes back in a bit for a rant because some stuff happened that kind of annoyed me with the update, so he'll be back in a bit to grumble and moan. He was very grumpy. I'm less grumpy now. We're just going to get the outline of this field drawn in and a bit of the ploughing done, and then we'll jump ahead to liming. I think I had also thought that this field was all fertilised, or mostly fertilised from the grass cutting and stuff, but actually there's a corner that isn't, so we are going to need to pick that up in the next episode. And next episode we'll probably have skipped forward to March, I think, and we'll get into doing the planting of the different crops. We'll have 3 fields to get planted, so that might take us a while. Priority is to probably get that sugarcane in the ground so we can get that growing. So I think it's quite a long growth time, and sooner the better, obviously. See, we have made a fair bit of progress with the ploughing. I was using GPS, so I was just doing alternate rows to make the turning easier. And we're now just going back and filling in the missed bits. The field is going to be quite snug around the horse pen, and I might have to leave a bit more space with where I plant the sugarcane, because we're going to need to get a pull behind harvester around here, which is offset. So I might have to leave some of the field empty just to leave enough room, particularly around the horse pen there, going down the side towards the track, and up at the top of the field as well. We haven't left a lot of room to actually get anything around for harvest time. Yeah, I haven't really delved into the 1.3 update yet. I have had a quick look afterwards and seen that certainly some of the equipment is there. I'm not sure I'll use much of it. I tend to rely more on mods. Just get rid of this little bit of wood. There are some bits of wood laying around from where we were doing the monster forestry session, and mulching stuff. And when you cut trees, you do get the little wedge that you would have if you really cut a tree down. So it's kind of a cool effect. One more row to go, and then we will go grab the lime spreader on the back of the Unimog, probably, just because it'll we've done a fair bit in the tractor, so we might as well make use of the Unimog as well. We are going to need to head up to the store to pick some lime up, because I don't think we have any, or I didn't see that we had any. We do have a little bit, but not enough that it was a problem that we went to buy some more. Can't unload the spreader off the Unimog after the update either, which is also kind of annoying, but that wasn't the thing that annoyed me. We're going to head up to the store and get 4 bags of lime. Don't know if you remember, we have a little forklift up here that the store owns, so we'll use that to load up. We can just about get the forks in the loops on the bags. I think if I was to set something like this up again, I would probably put a telehandler at the store. I think it's generally more useful, and may do that on Carmson, just for doing store type work up there on that map. Just looking at the update where the min and max prices are shown, and then remembering that we have soybeans to sell. And one of my favourite mods, the sell price trigger, has just released, so I'm going to be adding that in as well to remind me when to sell the soybeans. Let's get back to the store and get this lime loaded up into the spreader, and this is when grumpy me really starts to kick in, because the update removed the edit that I had done, which allowed me to put lime in this spreader, which you should be able to, having looked on the internet. But no, actual me is back because I'm kind of grumpy. Just done the I did the update before I started recording this video, and some of you may remember that I had edited the Amazon so that it could take lime and spread lime for us. The update undid those changes, and when I reapply them, it doesn't seem to work, which is really freaking annoying, because something like this should be able to spread lime, but it can't because giants. So we're going to sell it, and we're going to lose a shed load of money. Nearly said something else, and we're going to have to buy something else, particularly as we got really lucky and we got this as a deal in the sale. Actually pondering whether we just keep it anyway and buy the other one and eat the loss. I'm going to park this back up here, actually, because let's just check its value. I don't think it's worth very much because we bought it in the sale. It's worth 7 grand, and we're going to have to spend I want the extension because it needs to be big. I don't need detach, we do want the cover. We're going to have to spend 20 grand. Because giants. Now, I get the reason to keep it is maybe when come springtime we can pick up a bunch of fertilizing contracts and make back that 20 grand. But fingers work. It's part of the reason that I'm so annoyed is we're going to have to spend 54,000 on our sugarcane planter. So we're going to have to raise some more cash once we've done this to be able to afford that. So we can't afford our new tractor yet, but we are just going to dump that there for now. But maybe the garage can fettle it and get it to work with lime again. Then we're going to have to buy a lime spreader. If I wasn't playing on this survival one, I would have probably just leased something, but we can't lease. So what I may do is buy this, use it and resell it, and we'll just take a bit of a hit, I guess. So £20,500 down the pooper. Right, back to the time lapse. I've vented my frustration, so back to future me, and yeah, bye. He was grumpy, wasn't he? I didn't crash, no. So let's get this one loaded up. It still won't just empty out of the bags. I have to use the R key to fill up, which is not the end of the world. And we need to get the bottom of this field limed where we ploughed in the fresh area, and then the bigger field that we've done, just reducing the width slightly to cut down on how much lime we waste. And then we'll tackle this bigger field. It doesn't use up too much lime actually, and although I say big field, it's really not that big, I suppose. It's big on here. Let's go with that. It's certainly going to be big when it's full of sugarcane. But yeah, got this video out pretty quick, which is nice. It means I am ahead of schedule, which is the first time in quite a while. Still can't unload it, so we're going to unload it with the tractor and take it back to the store and see what we will get for selling it back to them. We don't need the ability to spread lime again for a little while, because our field, as you can see on the left there, is limed. So we'll see what kind of hit we're going to take for selling it straight back to the store. And it's about £2.5 grand, which was frustrating, but not the end of the world, I guess. We will just get these pallets all back put away now from bringing over from the shop. We have some spare lime. We don't have a way to spread the lime. And I will just say thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed the video and you aren't already, click subscribe. Most of you aren't, so that would be cool. Turn on notifications and hit the like button. We do not smash like buttons. If you smash it and break it, you have to buy me a coffee. Link below. And leave me a comment, and I'll catch you next time on FS22.